My name's Sarah Lindley. I live in Plainwell, Michigan. My piece for the Remain show is Mirage, which is comprised of 3 porcelain pieces, a tall writing cabinet, tall display case, and a chest of drawers. The pieces are set up as if they're framed together in a room without walls. The piece Mirage actually started with the writing cabinet. I did look at a number of pieces of historical furniture when I started out and thinking about how I was going to create this piece.
Okay.
But I was most interested in referencing a number of different elements and periods rather than trying to create one
So it's not one
copy.
One particular idea,
Right.
one object.
Right. I think I was after, through that abstraction of the form, I thought I can get closer to maybe people's emotional connection to the piece of furniture rather than their idea about that specific time and place. Well, I was very much interested in thinking about what's been removed from the work, so thinking about maybe a sense of loss or grief. Each of the 3 forms has been stripped down. Some of them are more linear than others. From the front view, all the pieces are very open and framed as if you're doing a linear drawing of the framework of the piece. As we move through the objects, with the chest of drawers, it gets much more skeletal. Thinking about how the furniture is actually made and trying to render the most minimal elements that would be necessary to indicate the form. But at the same time, there's a number of unnecessary elements and that to try and indicate maybe a more obsessive aspect to the repetition. I know that we've talked about this before, about the idea of these being evidence of something that existed before, but in many ways I think about these pieces as constructs. So they've been built up from nothing, as much as they are evidence of or reference to something that also once existed.
Okay.
The pieces that I'm referencing are objects that are used to display and contain, organize things that we collect or save. So I'm thinking about our relationship to those collections and what the purpose of the organization and the collection is.
Okay.
So that the remains here is kind of meant to ask a question about the permanence of those types of collections and systems, in a way that maybe looks at their fragility.